What's up, guys? It's your boy Anime Boom, and I am back for another video. Roman Reigns. So, recently, since The Rock and Roman Reigns are having their little beef, I've been seeing that some people think The Rock should stay a bad guy and Roman Reigns should stay a good. He should turn into a good guy, and I think that is just the stupidest idea. Let's not do that. So, today I just want to go through Roman Reigns' whole good guy run and why I don't think he should turn into a good guy. So, let's go. Okay, Shield Roman Reigns. So Roman Reigns came into WWE with the Shield, and man, it was a hit. The Shield are a successful faction. They did their thing. It's amazing. We love the Shield, and they started off as bad guys, but over time they turned into good guys, and Roman Reigns turned into a good guy. So this was like the first time Roman Reigns was a good guy in WWE, and to me, this is peak good guy Roman Reigns, and that's sad. 2015, 2016, 2017 Roman Reigns. We'll get to that later, but this Roman Reigns, this is peak good guy Roman Reigns because it didn't feel forced. It did not feel like they were forcing him to be the guy. And I really don't even have a beef with the later on Roman Reigns, but this Roman Reigns, you can tell the difference between him and 2015 Roman Reigns. 2014 Roman Reigns, when he was in the Royal Rumble, when he was fighting Batista and stuff, he still felt like a normal wrestler. They wasn't picking favorites. They wasn't making him the guy. They were just letting him do his thing. And he almost won against Batista. And people were excited. People were so happy to see him almost beat Batista. Because he was actually cool and he wasn't forced. He was not forced. It was genuinely, he was a cool wrestler. He seemed really cool. He was like the Batista of our time, in my opinion. But it didn't last long. Then you got 2015 Roman Reigns. But for the time we had Shield Roman Reigns where he wasn't being pushed to the top and forced and stuff like 2014, it was cool. It was genuinely perfect. Genuinely perfect. Shield Roman Reigns is probably the best version of Roman Reigns. He was actually cool. 2013 Roman Reigns was cool. All those versions of Roman Reigns was just done right. And I was kind of sad when he did the Shield again back in like 2018 or 2017. The Shield once again, he kind of was back to being the chill one of the group, but you know they still forced him to be the guy. So yeah, that's how I feel about Shield Roman Reigns. 2015 Roman Reigns. Now this one is where people start to get mad. You got the 2015 Royal Rumble. He wins the Royal Rumble, and everybody knows he's gonna win the Royal Rumble. I was a little young, so you know I didn't know. I didn't. I was thinking that we'll just see what happens. When Daniel Bryan got out, though, I was like, whoa, that's bad. Why did he get out so early? I was so confused. That was like 11. He got out at 11. I was like, that's, it might not have been 11. It might have been even lower than that, but I forget. Daniel Bryan got out. It was crazy. He got out. It didn't even last like 5 minutes in the Royal Rumble. It was like, you just did that on purpose just to make the fans mad. And Vince did that so much. It used to be so annoying. And by the end, I just couldn't watch it no more. It just got so bad with that type of stuff. So, Roman Reigns wins the Royal Rumble. It felt forced. He has a good match with Brock Lesnar. And fans always complain. So when Roman Reigns was about to get that big moment, the fans would come in and just it wouldn't happen. Like the Seth Rollins Money in the Bank cashing at WrestleMania. If the fans didn't complain about Roman Reigns, we probably would have just got Roman Reigns winning the belt. And then you got the end of the year when Roman Reigns wins the championship, but then Sheamus cashes in the Money in the Bank. That moment also happened. Roman Reigns just didn't get a lot of his moments because fans were complaining about him. And it's sad that Roman Reigns had to be messed up because they didn't know how to do him right. The writing for him was just so bad. He felt so forced to be at the top. It was only him. And then Seth Rollins got hurt, and Dean Ambrose should have been way bigger, but they didn't want Dean Ambrose to be bigger. They wanted Roman Reigns to be the guy. So 2015 Roman Reigns, he ain't like super bad yet, but at least he has the feuds. I'll say that. The main thing that saves him this year is that he had good feuds with people. And that's why I like 2015 Roman Reigns. 2016 Roman Reigns. Now, this is kind of the same point I made for 2015 Roman Reigns. The thing that saves Roman Reigns these years is the feuds he was in. He had great feuds with a lot of people this year. You got the feud with Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. You got the feud with Seth Rollins. You got the feud with AJ Styles. And then you got stuff with Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho at the end of the year. He had decent stuff this year. And then 2016 at WrestleMania, he fought Triple H. Very forced. Terrible, but the feud I thought was actually kind of good. I thought it was a good feud. But yeah, he had a good year in 2016. Probably his best year as the forced version of Roman Reigns. I think Shield Roman Reigns is still the best, but while he was being forced to us, 2016 actually was still not a bad year for him. He had some good matches. It was fun. I thought he was cool sometimes. He had his moments where he was actually cool. And then the matches just was hitting every single time. And that sometimes I'd be like, yo, I can't hate on this version of Roman Reigns. This year, he was just killing it. It was a good year for Roman Reigns. Even though the fans still didn't like him, he did have a really good year, and he could rely on the people he was facing in the ring to kind of make him look better. And I think it did. I think people didn't boo him as much in 2016 that they did in 2015, and then later on, like in 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21, all those years. I think it actually was okay this year. I like 2016 Roman Reigns. But let's continue. 2017 to 2020 Roman Reigns. Now, this is where the problem comes in. I really think the key issue with Roman Reigns after a while was 2015, 2016. There were still feuds you wanted to see with this version of Roman Reigns. Even though he was over, it was too much of Roman Reigns being pushed to the top. He still had some good feuds you still want to see, like the Shield Triple Threat, the John Cena match. It was still matches you wanted to see. Brock Lesnar match, all of that was cool. But by 2017, they kind of messed it up. Because they could have did the Shield Triple Threat at WrestleMania, but you know they did? They chose not to. They chose to do it in 2016 on a random pay-per-view. 2017, they chose not to do John Cena versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. They chose to do John Cena versus Roman Reigns at a B-level pay-per-view. It was not WrestleMania, and that was like the stupidest choice. Out of all those WrestleMania matches with Brock Lesnar and stuff, you didn't choose to make one of those matches, him versus John Cena. That's a dream match. That's a dream match, and you just threw it away. But 2017, at least he had that feud with John Cena. John Cena just made him look really bad. He made him look worse. He just buried him, talking crazy about Roman Reigns. Talking about he hasn't been carrying and he needs to learn how to cut a promo and all that. It was just crazy. But 2017, okay, at least he had the feud with John Cena. 2018, 19, 20, yo, this guy was lost. It was over. He just was having random feuds with Brock Lesnar every year. Then he was fighting Baron Corbin. I think he had a feud with Jinder Mahal. It was just like, whoa. He has nothing left to do. He's boring. They didn't give him no more feuds. He's lost. He doesn't have nothing else to do. And I was like, yo, I think that's why I stepped away wrestling like 2017. I couldn't watch no more. 18, 19, 20, 21, I stopped watching wrestling. I could not watch it anymore. It was so bad. So maybe Roman Reigns plays a part in them. That these feuds were so bad that I just could not watch wrestling anymore. And the face of the company just was not carrying. So, yes, 2017 to 2020 was not good at all for Roman Reigns. It was not good at all for Roman Reigns. And something had to change. Something had to change because the Roman Reigns experience, the Roman Reigns thing that they've been trying to do for the last few years, it's showing that it didn't work. It didn't work, and something has to give. Okay, so fans, we was asking for Roman Reigns for years. Well, I wasn't, but a lot of fans was asking, please turn Roman Reigns heel. Turn him into a bad guy so we can get something different. We need something different. And in 2020, we finally got the heel turn. It was cool. It was cool. He called himself the tribal chief, the head of his table, like his family. And I thought, okay, he's mentioning his family. That's pretty cool. And he's the head of his family. I liked all of that. Cool character. He's like the head of his table and his family. And it was cool. He just started winning and winning and winning. He had great feuds with everybody. He had good feuds with everybody. He was there all the time. He did his thing. And It's like, okay, heel Roman Reigns is good. Heel Roman Reigns is good. It's not good Roman Reigns. It's not good guy Roman Reigns, but he's a bad guy now. He's good. He's really good. So I was like, okay, then he could just stay a bad guy. Just keep him a bad guy. He's figured out his thing that fans actually like. They figured out a thing that actually don't make the fans boo him. He can win championships, fight Brock Lesnar. He can do all the stuff that we used to hate. But now he's doing it. We actually okay with it now. So I think they made this probably one of the best decisions WWE ever made. They listened to the fans because I thought Roman Reigns was gonna be a good guy forever, just like John Cena. And I was like, man, I can't take another 20 years of somebody just being forced to be a good guy. I can't take it anymore. It's so bad. So yeah, Roman Reigns, man, the heel turn was successful, and let's see what happened next. Okay, we got The Rock. The Rock just made his comeback into WWE, and man, he has been a phenomenal bad guy. He's been a great bad guy, and he's been recently just so entertaining as a bad guy. He's been really good as a bad guy. So I think that's where all this stuff where people saying he should stay the bad guy and Roman Reigns should stay the good guy. It's like, no. People love The Rock. People love The Rock. I'm sorry. I don't care what you say. I'm taking good guy Rock over Roman Reigns. He can still be funny as a good guy. He can still be entertaining as a good guy. He has charisma as a good guy. He can do both sides. He can do both sides. I see a lot of people saying they don't like him as a bad guy. A lot of people say they don't like him as a good guy. It's like, you're lying. You're lying. He has been killing it from both sides. He's entertaining. And whenever he comes out, they still cheer for him because he's a megastar. He is a megastar. And I just don't know if Roman Reigns can do the same things The Rock can do, because The Rock has been blowing everybody out. He made Cody Rhodes look kind of bad. He made Seth Rollins look bad. He's making Roman Reigns look bad. It's just showing that he's on a whole different level. And now people are quiet about The Rock. They're quiet about The Rock. So, yeah, this is another I just don't want Roman Reigns to turn into a good guy. It's because, yo, The Rock is going to outclass him and make him look like a goofball. He's going to make him look so bad. He's not. This ain't going to work. I'd rather cheer for The Rock than boo The Rock. I'm going to cheer for The Rock. I'm sorry. I'm not cheering Roman Reigns. I don't like Roman Reigns as a good guy. I don't. It's going to be boring, and he ain't good at promos. I still don't think he's good at promos. Even as a bad guy, he's still not good at promos. He's just kind of talking as he goes. He doesn't know what he's saying. He says the same stuff basically every promo, even as a bad guy. So, yes, Roman Reigns does not need to be a good guy, and he needs to stay a bad guy. Okay, it's just certain people that should not be good guys. The Miz is actually doing a better job now than he's ever done as trying to be a good guy, but even The Miz, I prefer him as a bad guy. And the same thing, Roman Reigns, I prefer as a bad guy. He's been killing it. And it's certain stuff that he does. I'm going to talk about that in the next part, but it's certain stuff he does that's just not good guy. That's not what a good guy does. It's like, just keep him as a bad guy. He's been consistent as a bad guy. He's decent as a bad guy. Let him continue his storyline with the whatever his group's called, the Bloodline. He can continue his storyline with the Bloodline. He can beat up The Rock at WrestleMania. They still boo him. They boo him because he's a bad guy. And then The Rock is loved because he's a good guy. They love The Rock. Nobody's booing The Rock. I'm sorry, it's not working. But that's how I feel about that. Yeah, Roman Reigns should just stay a heel. That's what I'm looking forward to. If they turn him good, it's gonna be forced. I do not like how good guy Roman Reigns talks. I really don't. I sort of don't like how bad guy Roman Reigns talks, but I really don't like how good guy Roman Reigns talks. It's just forced talking, and then that's why The Rock takes over all the promos. The Rock is talking all the time because everybody else is not on his level. Everybody else is not on his level, and The Rock is just so good at it, man. He's so good at it. So that's my opinion on that. That's what I want. Don't turn him good, and let's continue. This next part is the main reason why I don't think Roman Reigns should be a good guy. He should not be a good guy because he does this one thing, and a lot of good guys do this. Like Edge was doing this for a while, and I think Edge should be If Edge was still in WWE, he should have been a bad guy because of this one thing that he does that I kind of get sick and tired of. Okay, this is my next point now. This is the one I really wanted to talk about. Part timers. So Roman Reigns is a part timer. He does not show up at all. He's worse than The Rock. The Rock's been showing up more than him. Logan Paul's been showing up more than him. He does not show up. 2020, 2021, Roman Reigns was consistent. He was even doing matches on SmackDown. That just seems like it was a long time ago. Roman Reigns now, 2022, 2023, or 2024 Roman Reigns, is just not been around. Really 2023 and 2024 Roman Reigns, it's just not been around. He don't like to do all the pay-per-views. He doesn't show up on all the SmackDowns anymore. He just shows up sometimes. He's missed like 2 months sometimes. I swear he missed like 3 months one time. It was just like, what are they doing? We have to wait all the way to WrestleMania to even get him back. He's only around because it's WrestleMania season. If it was not WrestleMania season, we would not be seeing Roman Reigns. And I think that it's just bad. It's like, I don't want to see a good guy that doesn't show up. Edge was doing the same thing, and he's still doing it in AEW. He does not show up, and it makes me feel like a bad guy doesn't show up. They don't show up because they don't want to show up. They don't have to show up. That's what makes them a bad guy. Good guys, if you're just choosing not to show up, it's like, that doesn't work. That's terrible. Like Edge was doing that sometimes, and they had to keep forcing the injury angle to write him off of TV because Edge don't want to be a full-time wrestler anymore. It's like, please don't make Roman Reigns don't make him a full-time wrestler. I mean, don't make him a good guy if he's gonna be doing this part-time stuff too. I'm okay with it. That's why I feel like Edge's run in WWE kind of got messed up. It's like, I forget about you, Edge, because you don't stay around. You do not stay around, and you don't stay consistent enough for me to feel a way about your run. So that's how I feel about this. Roman Reigns is a part-timer, and maybe he'll go full-time, but nah. Okay, so back in 2015, we were struggling to get a group of good baby faces, good guys. We were having a hard time to have those good guys that we actually liked, and Roman Reigns was not those guys. He was a terrible good guy. We didn't really like him like that, and if we're going to bring him back now as a good guy, why? It's forced. I don't want to see him as a good guy. He's not a good guy. Well, now, I don't know him as a person. I'm talking about his character, not the real Roman Reigns. He's a good guy, but the character Roman Reigns is a bad guy. He's better as a bad guy, and I don't want to see him as a good guy. I'm sorry. And we got so many great good guys right now, and they actually are genuinely like, oh, they're actually good, like Seth Rollins, Jey Uso, Sami Zayn, Cody Rhodes. We got so many of those guys. It's like, we don't need an extra good guy, and he doesn't even want to be here. He's a part-timer. I don't want to see that. So, yeah, let's just keep it simple. Let's keep the good guys how it is. And we don't want to go back to the 2015 days where we had forced good guys. I felt bad for Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose felt like he could be a part of this time right now because he was the only good guy in 2015. I felt like, well, he's actually good. Everybody else just felt so, ugh. Dolph Ziggler was cool too, but yeah, everybody else was just like, ugh, they kind of suck. But yeah, Roman Reigns doesn't need to be a part of that group of good guys. They have a good group of good guys right now, and they should just keep it that way. So yeah. Okay, for the final part of this video, let's just talk about overall. The fans, man, they can just flip-flop a lot, and I think they're picking something, they're asking for something, or they're predicting something that they do not want to predict. Do not ask for that. Do not ask for good guy Roman Reigns. We don't want that again. Just keep it away. I know we like bad guy Rock. Bad guy Rock was good, but I would take a good guy Rock over a good guy Roman Reigns. And I get The Rock kind of overdoes it sometimes too. It feel like he's saying the same stuff. Sometimes it gets kind of repetitive, but it's still better than Roman Reigns is just nonsense he be spitting as a good guy. He don't be saying nothing. He says the same stuff like, why don't you come down here and see what you gonna do about it? I don't want to hear that. It's nothing charismatic about that. I don't want to see that again. So that's how I feel about good guy Roman Reigns. Tell me how y'all feel about it. Do you want to see a good guy Roman Reigns, or do you prefer bad guy Roman Reigns. And peace out, y'all. Anime Boom out. Peace.